Hello fellow YouTube chemist. In this video we'll be extracting dichloromethane, also known as methylene chloride, from paint stripper. Several YouTube users have asked me how to make it. Chlorinating methane is outside of what I feel most amateur chemists can do at home, including myself. Plus, extracting it from ready-made sources is much easier and much safer. We'll be extracting it from paint stripper, but you can also see a video from YT Match X on extracting it from barbecue cleaner. He'll be using the same method we are, though more cool, but more complex than the way I'm planning on doing it. First we'll need to procure some paint stripper. Almost all the brands I found had dichloromethane as their main ingredient, although most of them listed it as methylene chloride. The first thing you may notice after you open it is that it has a consistency of syrup. Not wanting to mess with transferring it to a round bottom flask, and then not wanting to mess with the cleanup of said flask after distillation, I decided to distill it from its own container. Please see my video on lab tips to get more information on how to do this. But here's the abridged version. Remove and then drill a hole in the metal cap. Then remove the plastic or the cardboard piece from inside the cap. Now enlarge the hole to about the same size of the pipe you're using. It needs to be a snug fit. When you're done, attach the cap and pipe to the container and set it on a hot plate. Place a flask in an ice bath to receive the dichloromethane as it comes over. Set the heat to low and very carefully allow the metal container to come to heat. Dichloromethane has a boiling point of 40 degrees C, roughly, so you don't need much heat. I must emphasize the importance of heating this very slowly. Heating it too fast could make a huge mess. After some time you'll notice the dichloromethane starting to come over. Keep the drip rate at a slow and steady pace. Mine had to run for about 2 hours before it was done. Be sure to keep an eye on it and remember that dichloromethane is highly volatile, and so this really needs to be done either outside or in a fume hood. After the 2 hours I had distilled about 400 milliliters of dichloromethane. This is actually pure enough for general use if you don't have the glassware to fractionally distill it, like our next step. Now place what you got in a suitable round bottom flask and set up to fractionally distill it. We're fractionally distilling it since we're not sure what else may have come over with the dichloromethane. Turn on the heat and start collecting the dichloromethane that comes over at 39.6 degrees C. Like I said before, I found that my previous distillation actually produced a very pure product, and the second fractional distillation was not absolutely necessary. However, since not all paint strippers are made the same, the second distillation is highly recommended to be sure that all you have is really dichloromethane. When I was done, I collected about the same as I had before. Take what you got and place it in a glass container and store in a chemical freezer. Dichloromethane needs to be stored in a freezer due to its very high vapor pressure. Leaving it out on a hot day can actually cause it to break the glass bottle that it's contained in. I've been planning a Sub for Science video for some time and have never gotten around to it, so I thought what I would do is start adding different chemistry channels to the end of my video. This way I can add channels more often and not have to wait to find enough channels to make a dedicated video. To begin, there's H.K. Parker's channel. He does all of his chemistry experiments in his backyard. Some are pretty complex, and all of them are a lot of fun to watch. Next is The Chem Life with Dr. Jazz. He currently has just over 200 subs, and deserves many more for the work he's put out there. Be sure to check him out. Last is Anonymous. Not all his videos are on chemistry, but the ones that are really great. Plus all his non-chemistry videos are very interesting and fun to watch. Be sure to also check out his work when you get time. Well, that's all for this video. I have many more and will be adding them to other videos in the future. Thanks for watching.